Charleston, South Carolina. It's 7 o'clock for my little Pacific brain. It's 4 o'clock. I know where I'm staying here, just right on the harbor. And I'm in the middle of my third strategic planning session in about 2.5 weeks. And I don't know what it was. I was like, you know what, tomorrow I'm going to go live. And I don't think anybody's awake to watch me live, but it's still going to be up. And I just thought I would take like a little bit of time just to share some like thoughts and reflections about strategy. You know, as exciting as it is, if anybody woke up at the same time as me, 7 o'clock, and said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to watch YouTube at 7:12 in the morning. Or if you're in, Europe or Africa, then maybe you're watching me in the afternoon. But I thought I would share some reflections, and I absolutely have, I haven't taken the time to kind of like write and prepare, but I was just wanting to come up here and say, hey, let's get inspired to share something. And so the first thing that came to mind while I was thinking about it this morning is just the one underlying thing with all of the teams' effectiveness that I've been seeing is their ability to trust each other. And it's been so kind of, I'll call it, fascinating to watch. So the group that I'm here with in South Carolina, we've been working with for 3 years. So the third strat plan we've done for them. The two groups that we just worked with were kind of like brand new, but we've been slammed rocking for like the past couple of years. And it's been such a fascinating kind of like discovery. So take you kind of a little backstory. When I started this company like 15 years ago, I had no idea what the hell I was doing. I was like learning about strategy. I was learning about like fundamentals of like project management and like all the book stuff. And then through that process, going through strategic planning, learning about kind of implementation fundamentally, and then teams, and having to grow as a person who liked free forming, doing, just flying around, making stuff happen, getting shit done. And then realizing that like the key to all of this sticking is like structure. And most people don't like structure. At least I didn't like structure. But the structure is like all of the things that you have around you to support yourself as a leader. Making sure that you can do things consistently, making sure that other people can trust you and rely on you and that kind of stuff. And then that's it. Now that I think about it, it's just being able to do things consistently, reliably, predictably, and all of that helps people feel calm, comfortable, confident to be able to like keep building, keep working together. And I think that like trust, stability, like lack of uncertainty makes people safe, which then like leads to the trust. But you see, I talk to a leader or two a week that is leading a business that's bigger than mine, bigger than the ones that I work with. And some people talk about trust, but like that's like that secret ingredient, if there was one. And I like not to be like, it's 8 of you this morning. It's not to be like holding a secret, but it's like, wow, like the difference that trust will make in a team will really make or break a team. It will like sabotage things like low key because people are like hiding or not being truthful or not being honest. And then trust will like push a team through that discomfort and help them feel comfortable walking through those challenges, working through those challenges, call it yelling at each other, but like in a productive way. I've got a session coming up with a smaller group that is like taking on so much. And as I like think about it now, I actually think that they're going to do okay because they have so much trust with each other. And they all kind of want that common outcome that I think it's going to work. We're going to see because accountability is a whole other thing. But I got 2 more sessions coming up in 2 weeks in different parts of the world. And it's going to be trippy. I don't often do lives. I don't know if there is like a chat function, if y'all can chat or whatever. I'm just like curious who's here. But I'm just rocking. I am in the harbor of South Carolina. So for those of you that might know, home is Vancouver, BC. And I travel around a lot to do strategy stuff. And today's like more or less the other side of the world to be doing this. I'm so grateful, man and ladies, really try to be cognizant of that. I'm so grateful and so reflective of the fact that like we have so many people that trust us to help them. Like our team is 5 people now. We're going to be hiring a 6th and 7th. And like getting to be like side by side between these leaders, side by side with these managers, getting to help like hold their hand, but not hold their hand, like sit next to them on Zoom calls where they're like, hey, this is what I'm dealing with. This is what my team is like. I'm trying to put some of the structure in place. I'm trying to put goals in place. I'm trying to like, how can I like work through conflict with my team? Like, how can I track this better? Like, how can my meetings go better? It's cool. It's trippy. And it's neat to see like folks like you, like whoever's joining on this live. Again, I don't ever do lives. Oh, sweet. Hi, Clarence and Hagar. And pardon me if I'm, mispronouncing that. That's neat. I definitely don't do lives enough. I'm not one of those that, I don't get pop-up chats. SMEstrategy.net. You can connect me and yeah, wow, that's wild. So like I still get to like learn new stuff here of like running a business and doing this stuff, but most of the time when we do a webinar like about once a month, and it has like a really specific topic. When we do YouTube videos, it's kind of specific topic, and I hope you guys and gals don't mind that I'm just kind of riffing with you. I just was really inspired by where I am and the fact that we've been doing so much stuff that it's kind of like a flood of learning in my brain, like a flood of activity, a flood of scenarios, being able to compare and contrast. That's the thing that I'm finding more and more when I go into teams. Not that I have to kind of do it heavy-handedly, because sometimes I do, but sometimes I don't. But like, this is all we do. Like all I do as a facilitator, distinct from my work as a CEO or marketing or sales guy or whatever, all I do is go in and out of teams, see different teams, see different structures of teams, see different organizations, see different setups, their commonalities, their differences. I was walking with my colleague, I'm sipping my coffee, walking with my colleague yesterday, and he's been in business, call it 25 years. And the night before we went to dinner with our client, and they were talking about, their marketing and all of this stuff and their business and differentiation. And it was neat for me and him that we were able to kind of take all of our, kind of business concepts. I don't have an MBA, just learned a lot. Business concepts like differentiation, like price volatility, like all of that stuff, but be able to drop it into a conversation where it's super applicable, super easy to relate on, but also you could kind of copy paste it from one business to the other, but in a really approachable and easy way. So, what else do I want to say? Yeah, I think just good to have partners. I mean, I am the partner, and I think that's cool. But if you're a entrepreneur, business leader, all you see is your vantage. All you see is your business. All you see is operations. All you see is people. And I can't recommend enough expanding your field of view. That's why I like things like this. So, oh, there you go. That's a great view. Look at that. Rocking. So, Harbor View Inn. No affiliate. I'm not an influencer. If you're ever here in South Carolina, it's not a cheap hotel. But that's another story. Point I was making was a different perspective on your business, organization, situation is always helpful, because you only see the thing from one side. You look at this business, you look at this building here, and if you only saw the top, it looks real good. It looks finished. If you look at the other side, it's unfinished and not done. But the challenge with CEOs, the challenge with leadership teams, and the challenge with a business owner like myself, is I can only see my side of the story. And what I find neat about facilitation, what I find neat about working in teams, about collaboration, about talking through workshops and all of that kind of stuff, is you get to hear, if you're a good listener, you get to hear other people's perspectives on the issue. And then you get to consider that you might not be right about everything all the time. Or you get to see both sides of the story, their side, your side, and then hopefully find to some consensus in the middle about what is true. And I think that the ones that don't do that get stuck because they can't move through their perspective. One of the things I found really valuable as a CEO is to have a consultant who not only works with me, but works with other members of my team so that he can be kind of like a point person. And ironically, he's like our own facilitator to talk through issues and to then reflect other people's perspectives. How do I describe this? Let's say there's 5 people and there's 1 in the center, so 5 in total and 4 on the outside. He sees all 4 perspectives and then can relay the 3 other perspectives back to the 4. And I guess that's what we do as facilitators. He's doing it one-on-one, asynchronously, and we are doing it, as a group, 10, 12, today's case 6, synchronously. And as I think of like synchronous communication, asynchronous communication, synchronous communication oftentimes is better because you can work through the issues in those moments and they don't fester and go out of control. But sometimes like a remote team doesn't have the opportunity to deal with those. Remote teams have a harder time with synchronous communication because of our unshared location. And so it's not like you can jump in a meeting room. It's not like you can look over somebody's shoulder as easily. Just the expectation is style and different. And I think as younger business owners, younger leaders who have teams and people who have only worked remote, I think that they're going to have more and more challenges bridging that communication divide. The other day, brother, thanks for being here. Thanks for rocking with me. We've got a breakfast to eat. I haven't even done that yet. So I might start snacking so I can get my day going. This is so weird. I don't often do, like I said, if you're new, don't often do lives. But I thought I would. So here we go. Maybe I'm inspired by all the folks at Coachella, all the influencers who do that. And I say, hey, let's do a live. Anyway, so I was thinking about this the other day because we're going through our hiring process and we just hired some new people. And there's kind of a running joke on management TikTok of like, your hiring job application process is now like 5, 6 interviews. It expands over weeks and weeks. And I was thinking about why that might be. And going back to what I was talking about, like remote work and that kind of stuff, because the need for high specialized skills is higher than ever. Because the liability of an organization hiring the wrong person is higher than ever. And because in most scenarios, and likely in the future, folks are going to be put in these kind of asynchronous work situations, remote situations, that an organization needs to do an extra diligent job ensuring that the person that's walking in the door is trained on skills and they can bullshit better than ever. They're also not getting the technical training as much as in the past, as in you're not just like getting a degree and then being trained up. There's so many folks that are valuing non-traditional forms of education. The fact that you can also get so many applicants means you need to wade through so many more people. But really, I think it's the fact that culture fit is more important than ever and so volatile. But also like the remote work is that if you hire a new person, they in principle could be left on their own or to their own devices longer, which means they could have like a longer time of being ineffective or undervalued or undervaluable. But 2, it's harder and harder for managers to connect with them and support them like they might have in the past. And so your ability as a manager to move that process upstream, to ensure success, support success on the front end, just means you need to be extra diligent. On our side of things, we're going to try to compensate for that time and process because it is a pain and we need to do it. and it, saves an employer tens of thousands of dollars because you can't hire an ineffective resource. And if you're an employee, you don't want to suck, even if it's not your fault. But yeah, interesting dynamic, and interesting to see how both employees and employers manage that relationship in the future. Sweet. Well, what's up, y'all? Thanks for being here. It's your boy. No, I just wanted to, as I, need to get ready for my day here, facilitating another session. I've got another one. Today is Friday, so Friday in South Carolina. I've got another one Tuesday, Wednesday, another one the week after. If you all are interested in learning about what is the experience of leading 5 strategic planning sessions in a month, I'm happy to share, happy to compare and contrast, happy to do some shared learnings. I just think it's a cool opportunity. Never in my career have I been this busy. I've been busy. I've done a lot of different things, but never the volume of strat plans. Some people don't do 5 strategic plans in their life, and I do that many. So I'm in the middle of that. That's why I'm live. If you're just joining, what's up? Good morning. And the last thing I'll say as I kind of finish up my breakfast, and if you're just joining, I'll share it with you. This pretty kick-ass morning view. I get to look at you guys, but no, I don't really look at you guys. Is number one thing that I've learned, and why I wanted to come on live, was just in this tidal wave of work. I'm in this like tsunami of strategy and recaps and documentation and priorities and goals, and the process is always the same. Process is always the same because we're leading it. The process is always the same. The fundamentals are always the same. Big things that connect it, a structure to lead to get a strategy done, like follow a structure. And then the thing that makes the difference between teams being successful or not is your ability to follow the structure, have a structure, the quality of a structure, and then also the trust in your organization. The trust is a structure. So, how can you build trust, dependability, reliability? One of the things that we were thinking about is like a trust bank. A trust bank, you can make deposits as you do the things you say you do, as you put systems in place, as you become reliable. And then there's withdrawals as people make mistakes, as people don't do what they say they're going to do, as challenges happen. And so, if you're ever feeling any kind of challenges with your team, any friction, any uncertainty, any unknowns, check your bank account. If you got a low trust balance, then maybe that might be one of the reasons why things aren't going as well as you'd like. And then maybe you need to just kind of do a reset and be like, okay, let's reset expectations. Let's just, do an audit of where we're at. Let's make sure that we got a good foundation to build on and be honest about the situation. So anyways, thanks for being here. The 6 of you still here. Like I said, I don't do lives ever other than like webinars and stuff. So I hope you enjoyed hanging out with me. I enjoyed talking to you. If you are looking for some support with strategic planning, you can visit us at SMEstrategy.net. Just made a couple kick-ass webinars. The last one on strategy implementation, I think, is one of my more favorite ones. So check that one out if you want to learn about some of the practical tools to get put in place there. Just launched a new course on strategy implementation, which I'm also super proud of. It's really just the culmination of a decade plus of work and great work from our team and the people that really support us. So anyways, that's all I got. I'm going to finish my breakfast. I'm going to rock on with this day. I'll give you one more view, should you be interested, of what it looks like in South Carolina today. Connect with us, SMEstrategy.net. You can follow me on LinkedIn because I'm happy to chat and support you and answer any questions that you might have. And we also have a strategy community, which the link should probably pop up in the show notes or description for today, about how you can connect and learn from other strategy folks, really wherever you are in the world. Last thing I'll say is shout out to our global community. Literally have people in every country that tap into SME strategy for strategy things, for tools. We give away so much for free because I wanted to make it accessible, that you didn't, if you're running a small organization, that you could get support that you needed and just know that we're there for you. Okay. And I appreciate that. So if you ever want me in your city, you don't let me know, holler at you. But all right, everybody, have a wonderful day. Make it a great one. Excuse me. All right. You take good care. Thanks for being with me today. Thanks for letting me chat with you. I appreciate it. So, all right. You take care.